Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren, and this is our strength and swing class. We'll prepare with a nice light warm-up with our body weight, and then we'll get out the old kettlebell. It's just back behind me. And we'll get swinging and get upping. But first, let's slow it down, focus, and breathe. So standing tall or lying on the floor if you'd like to. One hand on belly, one hand on chest. We're breathing in and out the nose with the mouth lightly closed. Let's take that breath in, filling the belly. And exhale. On that next breath, as you fill the belly, think about filling it in 360 degrees in. And exhale. Repeat again, filling the belly. And exhale. Now on this exhale, create a shield on front like you're a turtle. You could take that punch, you're braced, you're ready to press. You have that shield, but you're also breathing behind it. So keep that shield, your glutes are squeezed, your core is engaged, but you're still breathing for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then gently relax. Remember that shield as we go forward later today, pressing. Until then, let's move on to our head neck. Standing up tall, we'll gently tuck our chin towards our chest. And then we'll scrape our chin along a collarbone towards an armpit. Nose will go up the wall, across the top of the ceiling. Once in center, pull that chin down, growing tall out the crown of your head. And repeat in the other direction. Chin scrapes along the collarbone to the wall. Nose goes up the wall, across the ceiling to center, and then chin tucks, head grows tall. Let's switch that direction. We're going up first. We'll go across the ceiling to the wall. Nose scrapes down the wall, chin connects towards collarbone, and back to center one last time. Up the center, across the ceiling, down the wall, and scraping back to center. Head comes on straight. With our arms at our side, we'll warm up our shoulder blades. So gently slide your shoulders up, shrugging them into your ears, and then pull them down, engaging those lats. Repeat again, shrugging up, hiding ears, and then pulling those blades down. And then relax. Now let's take them in the forward back path. Press or pull those blades to the front, and then retract those shoulders, pinching them together. Repeat again. Pressing those blades forward and then pulling them back into retraction. When you retract those blades, make sure you keep your chin tucked and you don't chicken neck your head out. And then easy off. From there, we'll progress to our W. So standing tall in our W-like position, do one elevation of the shoulders and then pull them down. With that pull down lat engaged position, slowly extend towards your T shape. Once in your T, let's turn those elbow pits down to face the floor. Reach the arms behind us into some shoulder extension. Once we're there, keep those blades retracted, the chin tucked, but bring your arms to the sides of your body, keeping your blades together. Then gently relax your shoulder blades. Retract to them again. Elbows nice and straight. Reach your arms back into extension. Try to straighten your elbows. Retract your shoulders a little bit more. Reach a little further, and then keeping your shoulders low, rotate open in the socket so the arms are back in that T shape, and pull them back into your sides. As we're going to press later, let's warm up our overhead position. One more shrug and pull down. From here, slowly extend to that YMCA Y shape. Once you're up there, can you put your turtle shell back on, bracing your core, squeezing your glutes? Keep that brace, gently shrug, pull down. Now let's move those arms in a little narrower. Your palms can face each other. We're reaching for that overhead position we'll get when we press today. Ribs to hips again, glutes squeeze. Gently elevate the shoulders and then pull them down. Now, create tension and imagine you're doing a chin up as you pull those arms back into your body. Shoulders are retracted. 500 pounds in each arm. Slowly straighten, full extension, and then relax. Shaking it out in between. Speaking of shaking out, we're going to take our ribs for a little slide and guide. I like to stand with my feet wider than my hips and my arms out to my sides. Without moving your hips or transferring the weight in your lower body, take your rib cage and slide it one direction. And then use that long side to pull you back to the other and back to center and through. So as we go here, those shoulders are staying parallel to the floor and we're just sliding that rib cage. One more time, pulling to center. Now let's practice that in the forward backwards direction. So my rib cage is sliding forward, my chest stays at the same height, and then I'm reaching or sliding back. Repeat. Feel that push-pull in the abs, chest slide forward, and chest slide back. Last one. When we go from that front position to the back, make sure we're not rounding, but keeping those blades retracted. Back to center, and from here, we're gonna find the floor to get into our kneeling lunge, which will help us warm up our get up. Pull your pants up, take a leg you can touch, drop it back. With those hips nice and level and your back hip extended, your front hip going back, gently find the floor, nice soft landing. From here, let's tuck under that back hip again, squeezing our back cheek. With that back cheek squeeze, gently push into the floor and pull yourself forward. Once you get that knee towards over the toe, stay here but relax. Making sure we're not arching that low back, we'll retuck, squeezing the glute, maybe find a little bit more space front, and then pushing forward to bring yourself all the way up to tall. Once up tall, keep extending that back hip. Relax and stay. We'll heel toe that same leg open to the side, which is our windmill position in our get up. Take the arm that can touch this leg, bring it across your chest. From here, let's add a head rotation over that knee, and then shoulders rotate. Head rotates back to center, shoulders back to center. We'll add on this time. Head rotates, shoulders rotate, and then we use our hip hinge, pushing our hips back, hand finds the floor. Once the hand finds the floor, stack your shoulders on top of each other. From here, keep that knee to the side, head will look at the floor, shoulders will square up to the floor. Repeat. Head rotates to look at the ceiling, shoulders rotate open. One last time. Head looks at the floor, shoulders look at the floor, head rotates open, shoulders, and then push the floor away, extending the hip. Head and shoulders come to the front, heel toe to center. Before we stand up out of here, let's push down and forward, down and back, extended back hip, and just hover that knee off the floor, keeping a nice long spine for 3, 2, set it back down. This time to stand up just like you would out of your get up, push, and come up together. Repeat the same warm up on the other side. The other leg drops back. That back hip is pushing forward. We're extending as we slowly descend. From here, we kept that hip tucked under, that glute squeezed, and then we rocked forward. So as we push and pull on this leg, we'll start to drift forward. Notice that as I'm drifting forward, I'm staying stacked, and I'm not just dumping into this low back extension. Once there, relax, stay, then retuck and squeeze, maybe find a little bit more forward, and then push down and forward, meeting yourself all the way up tall. Keep that back hip squeezed. Whew. From there, we'll heel toe that leg open to the side. I just did a fancy move there, didn't even plan on it. With that same arm as a side leg across our chest, we'll rotate our head, rotate our shoulders, and then head back to center and shoulders back to center. Finding that segmentation here, head, shoulders, hip hinge, hand finds floor, stacking shoulders. Head looks at the floor, shoulders rotate to the floor. Head looks open, shoulders stack open. One last time. Head rotates to the floor, shoulders square up. Head rotates open, shoulders rotate open. Push the floor away, extend the hip, heads and shoulders to center, heel toe. Before we stand up, I'd like to do a quick wrist warm up. So remember which leg's here. Put it back underneath you. From here, we'll take those arms, we'll extend them. Our fingertips will find the floor, and then our callus line and our full palms. Once those palms come down, pull those shoulders out of your ears, rotate your elbow pits or your blood donations forward, and slowly start to drift forward And then use your fingers and press yourself back. Keeping that tailbone long as you sit back. We're going to squat today. So get that squat position of the pelvis as we pull forward. And then we keep that tailbone long and press back. One last time, elbows nice and straight, pulling forward. This time we'll press and flick the floor away. Shaking that out. We'll bring that same leg back up front, the one I told you not to forget which leg it was. We'll tuck under the back hip, push down and forward, down and back, and just come up to that hover, holding, hips square, and then soft landing. Now this time to stand up, keep stacked, press through to tall, and shake. Da, da, da. Even if it's just you, just shake it out. All right, we're gonna walk out to some planks and warm up our squats position here. Let's first do our forward fold to walk out to our plank. You might need a little bit of room. I'm gonna back up here. Chin is gonna tuck. We're gonna roll ourselves forward. Ribs towards hips, imagining there's that wall behind us, so keeping our weight forward in our feet. And coming to a full dangle here. Maybe you have to bend a knee and straighten the other just as you ease into this forward fold. And from here, we're gonna walk ourselves out into our plank position. Here we go. Hands are under shoulders. Hips are tucked, ribs to hips, turtle shell on. First, pull in parallel, meaning pull your right hand to your right foot and pull your left hand to your left foot, and then pull both at the same time for 3, 2, tilting your tailbone to the ceiling. Start walking your feet towards your hands, trying to keep your hands fully on the floor for as long as possible. Take a second there. Let's walk back out to our plank position one more time. From that high plank, this time I want you to pull in an X pattern. So with the glutes squeeze and the hips tuck, pull your right hand to your left hip and pull your left hand to your right hip and pull both at the same time across your body, creating that X tension for 3, 2, gently tilting the tailbone to the ceiling, lifting the hips up and walking the feet towards your hands. Once you're in as close as you can, we'll unfold or refold ourselves back to tall, stacking one vertebrae at a time on top of each other until we're all the way up. Ooh, that was work. We're warming up our squat here. So with our squat stance, your squat stance, I'm going to be a little wider in this first warm-up one. Before we go anywhere, pull the floor together underneath you. Keep your legs straight and just pull, and you should feel those adductors. And then drive down and press away, feeling the hips extend and the kneecaps pull up. Let's go back to that pull. As you pull your legs together, you're actually going to pull yourself down. From this partial or low squat position, let's just rock back and forth, sending a knee towards over toe, and then sending a knee towards the other over toe. Staying low here as we just drift from side to side. Keep those hips pushing forward for now. Come back to center. Maybe you can pull yourself a little bit lower, and then we'll press through to tall. Let's repeat that again. Feel that pull on the floor as you pull yourself down into your squat position. Again, stay low, press over. Maybe this time you've created enough room to straighten that leg, pushing the hips forward. Feel the pull on the straight leg, and then move and press over. Hips are extended again. One more time each way. Feel that pull and then the push. And last time, feel that pull and press. We'll bring ourselves back to center, pushing down and away, extending to tall and shaking it out. We're going to do those plank walkouts again, but add on. So instead of stopping with your hands just underneath your shoulders, we're going to try to progress and walk a little bit further to an extended plank. We'll tuck our chin and fold ourselves down by curling and rolling forward. Hang out for a second in your forward fold and just enjoy. Then we'll slowly walk ourselves out. Start in a regular plank position. So start with your hands underneath your shoulders, your hips tucked, your glutes squeezed, and feel that pull on the floor. And then from there, could you take a step more forward with your hands so they start working towards in front of your shoulders? And repeat again, could your hands step forward? And maybe one more time, and we'll hold this extended position for 4. Stay tucked under, keep that back supported. 3, 2, walk your feet into your hands, lifting your hips up. Imagining we'd press to a handstand out of this one day. Oh, get that compression. And then one more time, walk forward. Watch out for any walls in front of you. First into your regular plank. Then maybe take a step or two forward and a step or two forward. And maybe you have to even walk backwards a bit, holding that low plank position. And then adjust as needed, but one more time, walk those feet into your hands. Try to keep those hands heavy on the floor as you compress in. Transfer your weight back to your feet and stack yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Whew. That's some work, isn't it? I know, I think so too. Okay, we're gonna hang out in our low squat. So now I want you to pick the squat position you would pick most often if you were doing a weighted set of squats. So mine would be slightly narrower than what I was in last time. From this position, feel that tension before you pull yourself low. Pulling yourself down into your low safe squat. When you're in your low safe squat, your knees are working towards over your toes. That's normal and acceptable. Your spine is nice and long. Your head is lifted. Chin is slightly tucked. And you're feeling that floor grip with those feet. I'm gently pushing out on my knees and hips a little bit as I drive down to stand back up. Let's do that one more time. Feel that pull and that tension first. And then pull yourself low, keeping your spine long, maybe transfer weight side to side, and then push down and away and stand up tall. Shaking that out, I'm gonna grab a bell. You should too. Take off your jewelry. And we're gonna get into our first round of get-ups. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on my get-up bell right here because we're gonna do my favorite drill, which is a nice slow get up. It's a good time. So I just have to organize which way I'm gonna face when I'm by myself. Here we go. We're gonna come to the floor. No rules, cuddle your kettlebell. We're doing a get up and down, but at my pace. So I'll tell you when to change moves. If you don't know your get up yet, I suggest you do this body weight first. Let's start in the cuddle. One hand on, one hand cuddles, roll press, and hold your firing range position for about 5 seconds. That shoulder is packed and we're ready to go to the first move. Now, hip extend, pull to elbow, hold for 5. We're looking at that bell, and then we're gonna press the floor away, coming to that hand position, our tall sit. We're still holding here with a retracted shoulder. We'll push down into the floor with our foot and our hand, lifting our hips and sweeping that leg through. Hold. 5. Then press the floor away, extend the hips. The front foot will move. We're now in that lunge position we warmed up. Holding here, but creating tension by pushing down and forward, down and back to stand up tall. Hold this position. 5 seconds. Ribs to hips, glutes squeeze. 3, 2. That leg you can touch is going to step back. Control your down. Pausing at the bottom for 5, 3, 2. Then front foot opens. This will be one move. Rotate, hinge, hands find the floor. Restack those shoulders. Hold your windmill for 3, 2. From here, we sweep that leg under and hold our tall sit for 5 seconds. We're almost back to the floor here. Stay looking at your belly as you find your elbow for 5. Proud on that bottom shoulder, no slumping. And then push away from your elbow to your back. Keep holding that bell up for 4, 3, 2. 2 hands pulling your bell down, rolling it to the ground, letting it go. Whew. Take a second off. So I tried to be consistent and spend 5 seconds in each position. No guarantee. Maybe I'll time it this time and see how it goes. Same thing, other side. Starting in your cuddle first, rolling to your back, pressing. Firing range for 5, 4, 3, 2. Use your hip drive and pull to that elbow. In that elbow right now, that bottom shoulder's packed, our shoulders are stacked, and we're looking at our bell. From here, pressing the floor away, finding our hand in that tall sit. We're still looking up for 3, 2. Pushing into the floor, extending the hips and sweeping the leg under. Creating that stacked position. This will be 2 more moves here as we press the floor away, extend the hips. We're looking forward now. That front foot comes into our lunge position. Our back toe is tucked to help us right up now to tall. Keep holding, stacked under your weight, holding that bell overhead for 3, 2, leg we can touch, drops back, hold, 4, 3, 2, front foot opens, rotate hinge. Here's where we start looking at our bell again and we stack those shoulders. 3, 2, sweep. From that tall sweep, 3, 2, find the elbow and hold. 4 seconds here. We'll press away to our back. 2 hands on and pull that bell down to the floor, letting it go, shaking it out. So that was about 1.5 minutes under the kettlebell. Whew, that's a long time. Time under tension. I hope we spent that long, even on both sides. Otherwise, you might be walking in circles. All right, we have 1 more get up for today. We're gonna do 1 each side, regular pace. So let's cuddle that bell back to that first side. Excuse me. From the cuddle, roll press. Here we go. 1 move at a time. A little faster, but still independent moves as we work to tall. Using both legs up and controlling that down. Making sure you stack before you sweep, coming to the elbow and pressing away to your back. Pulling the bell down, letting it rest on the floor as you turn yourself around that kettlebell. 1 more get up here, starting in that cuddle position. Same pace as that last time. Controlled, fluid get up. Here we go. Hip drive and pull. Finding that hand. Bridging and sweeping. Pressing the floor away, extending the hips, starting to look forward, using both legs on your lunge up. Control your descent back down. Move that front foot open. Rotate hinge. Sweep. Find your elbow and press away to your back. Pulling that bell down and returning into the cuddle. No rules. Come on to standing. Nice. We're gonna work or warm up our single arm swings positions as well as practice. Woo, good. Party time. Let's do some get-ups. We're gonna work on our single arm swing warm up as well as some rack squats. So let's first start setting up our hike pass position. With your bell out front of you, toes on the bell is a nice place to start. Pivot on a heel, rotate open, pivot on a toe. Pivot on a heel, pivot on a toe. We're setting up behind our bell for some single arm swings. So chop those hips back into your hinge position. Grip your bell with 1 hand, packing a shoulder, tipping it on its side with your shoulders square to the floor, your core brace. We're gonna pull that bell to the hike pass and then park. And repeat, pull and park. As we do this 3 more times, you're staying the same level. That off arm might swing with you by your hips. You're bracing the core. You're trying to count, letting go, up without. I hope I did 5, but who knows. Same thing other side. Hip hinge. Grip the bell, tipping it on its side. Pack your shoulder, pull to zipper, park. Pull to zipper, park. 3 more. Staying that same height, engaging the lat and core. Last one. Park the bell, up without. Whew. Today's big work is gonna be doing some single arm swings and then following that with a squat. So let's warm up our squat with a rack position. When we squat today, we're gonna do a clean to the rack and we'd be holding our bell here to squat. So set up your squat stance, feet. Vertical arm on one side, elbow in, $1 million bill in your armpit. Don't let it go. Pull yourself down to your low squat and then press away. Let's do that 2 more times on this side. Feel that pull down, keeping that vertical forearm and press away. That off arm might be out to the side. It might be nearing that arm and rack. And let it go. Same thing other side, imaginary clean. Don't ever clean like that, that was very wrong. Retracted shoulder, vertical forearm, core brace. $1 million bill, hold it the whole time. Don't let that elbow chicken wing out. Keep it in tight for that rack position. That means we need to have that extended spine and that hip mobility to pull ourselves low and then to tall, shaking it out. We have one more set of practice for those single arm swings, and we're gonna practice our stop swing. So that's set up behind our bell, one full swing through park. Repeat, 5 on each side. Setting up behind your bell, hinge. Grip with one hand, tip it on its side. Pack your shoulders, set up the hike, pass, pull. Swing all the way to plank, through, and park, repeat. Pull, swing, through, park. 3 more. At the top of that swing, we're in the plank position we practiced earlier. Our hips are extended, glutes are squeezed, core brace, and park, up without. Whew, shake it out. Tension and relaxation. It's not a song, but it could be. Same thing, second arm. Hip hinge, tip bell, pull, swing, through, park, repeat. Pull and park. 3 more. Each time keeping that shoulder packed. Up to that plank position. Last one. And park with control. Up without. Whew. Take a second off. Working hard here. No rest breaks. No turn. Can't hand this over to somebody when you're by yourself. All right. Our routine here is going to look like this. We're going to pyramid it a little bit. So it'll be 4 continuous swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on 5, clean it to the rack position. 1 squat, up, park the bell. Same thing, other arm. The next time, we're going to drop a rep in our swing, but add a rep to our squat. So by the end, we'll only be swinging once, but doing 5 squats. We'll end up doing 30 squats and something like 30 swings-ish. It's a good amount. Pick the bell of your choice. We'll set up behind that bell. So the first time, 4 swings, and then on the 5th, clean it to the rack. I'll talk you through it. Setting up single arm. Tip your bell, 4 swings. 1, 2, 3. 1 more swing, but clean it. Clean. Step your feet to your squat position. Pull yourself down. Up to tall. Now through and park your bell. Stand up without. Shake it off. Flick your hair. Take a breath. Same thing on the second side. Hip hinge. Grip tip. 4. 1. 3. On this next one, clean. Rack. Squat stance. Pull down. Up to tall. Through. Park the bell. Up without. That was round 1 of 5. Next round. 3 swings. Clean on 4. 2 squats. Back to that first side. Hip hinge. Grip tip. 3 swings. 1, 2, 3. Clean this next one. Clean. Squat 2. Up. Elbow stays in. Up. Through. Park the bell. Trying to slow down that breath. Filling the belly. Breathing in and out the nose. Same thing. Other side. 3 swings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. On this next one, clean. Keep it tight. 2 squats. Up. And up. Through. Park. Whew. Bell goes down. Couple seconds off. Shake out the grip. Shake out the legs. 2 swings. Clean on 3. 3 squats. Setting up behind your bell, first side. 2 swings. 1, 2, clean. 3 squats. Adjust your feet. Keep that elbow in. Trying to get as low as you safely can. Feel the control down, the press up. Through, park. Whew. Feeling it. Same thing. Second side. 2 swings. 2 swings. Hopefully I'm right. 2 swings. Here we go. 1, 2, clean. 3 squats. 1, 2, 3. And park with control. Whew. Slow the breath down. Couple seconds off. 2 more rounds. 1 swing, 1 clean, 4 squats. Set it behind your bell. 1 swing. Pull, swing, clean, rack. 4 squats. 1, 2, you have that brace core. Elbows staying in. Control the down. Press up. Park. Slow the breath. Shake it out. Set up again. 1 swing, 1 clean. Hinge grip. Swing. Clean. 4 squats. Up. 2, 3, 4. Park that bell. Nice forced exhale. Big inhale. Force that exhale. We have 1 last round. No swings. It's going to be 1 clean, 5 squats. Here we go. Set up behind that bell. Right into a clean. Tip, pull, punch, clean, 5 squats. Elbow stays in. Last set of squats here. Still, even though we're loaded on one side, we're keeping ourselves centered and upright. I think I have 1 more. And then through and park. Making sure you're still driving evenly through both feet, even though you're loaded on one side. Both sides working. 1 more round. 1 clean. 5 squats to finish up. Here we go. Tip, clean. Zip. 5. Up. 2. I'm trying to break parallel, but to keep that tailbone long, pulling down, pressing away. Last set, a rep, and then through. Park that bell. Let's stand up, close our mouth, open our nostrils, fill the belly with air, and force that exhale. In and out. 3 more times. In and out. Last 2. And out. Slowing your breath down yourself last time. And out. Recovered. Boom. Just like that. Take a couple breaths as needed. See how you're feeling. I'd like to finish up today's practice with some presses. I'm going to stick with the same bell. You might choose lighter or heavier. Depends on how you're feeling right now. We're going to do 3 rounds, and it's actually going to be 3 minutes. So we're going to press every 30 seconds. I want you to pick a number. So I know this bell, but I haven't pressed it in a bit. We've been painting a lot. So I'm going to start on my first side, cheek clean to rack, and I'm going to press it 3 times on the 30 seconds, put it down, and the other arm 3. And then set number 2, I'm going to try to do 4 presses and 4 presses. And set number 3, the final set, I'm going to try to do 5 and 5. If that number scale works for you, use it. If you need to pick your own, pick your own. You're smart. You can figure it out. In 5 seconds, first arm, pick your reps. Cheek clean to rack. Here we go. And press. Glute squeeze, core brace. Drive that bell up by rooting yourself down. Pull it down with control and put it on the floor. Take a second, take a step away, and by a second, I mean we have about 10 seconds off here. So we're working on the 30 seconds. In 5, we're doing the second arm, the same number of reps. 3, 2, here we go. Glute squeeze, turtle shell brace. Last one. Or finish up your number, park. We're off for just over 10 seconds here. And this is round 2 of 3. On this round, I said I was going to try for 4 presses, so I'm adding a rep here. You might add, you might take away. 3, 2, you might stay the same. Whatever you do, strong roots. Last one for me. And parking that bell. Stepping away, looking at the time here. 10 seconds off. Working on the 30s is a nice little pattern. Simple, not easy. In 3 seconds. Second arm. 3, 2. Oh, almost forgot a rep. And pull down. Oh, take a break. 10 seconds off. Stay loose. We have last set here. So I'm finishing on higher rep structure here. I'm going to try to do 5 presses. 3, 2, last set. Whew, park that bell. We won't have as much time off with five reps, so we have about 8 seconds here, and that second side. Remember as you press to push down, squeeze your glutes, brace your core, and use that off-arm tension. Here we go, 5. Last one. We're squeezing. Whew. And then park that bell with control. And take a second off. Again, slowing that breath down, checking in how we feel. Let's finish up with one little stretch. Come on down to your knees here. From this kneeling position, let's take a single leg out to the side. With that leg out to the side right now, my foot is flat on the floor. I'm going to gently tip my tailbone to the ceiling, press my hips back, and my hands are going to find the floor. When I'm in this position, I should have that nice long spine here versus being a turtle. So long spine, shoulders retracted, extended. Keep that foot flat and the tailbone gently tilted to the ceiling and press back. And then feel that pull forward. Do that one more time. Pressing back and then pulling forward. Now keep that same shape, but change your foot to rotate. So you're trying to show the inseam forward with that same position, but the long spine again, sinking back. That might change how far you go. Should be a pretty big stretch through that adductors. Rock back. Keep that external rotation in the leg, the spine long, and feel that pull back to center. From there, we'll bring that foot underneath and we'll repeat on the other side. So kicking the leg out first, foot flat. Whoops, might be cutting my foot out of the screen here. Foot flat on the floor, nice long spine. Hands find the floor under shoulders, tailbone tilts towards the ceiling. Gently rock back and then feel that pull forward. One more time with the same shape, rocking back and pulling forward. Then from there, we'll rotate the foot, open on the inseam forward, external rotation, but keep that spine long and pull on the floor. One last time with that rotation, rocking back and then pulling forward. We'll put that foot down, bring it underneath, do one last down dog to stand up, Pressing those heels towards the floor, keeping the spine long. Walk yourself back through your hinge and stand up tall. Whoa, that was good. Simple, not easy, effective workout. Thanks for joining me tonight. My name's Lauren. This is Bars and Bells and our Strength and Swings class every Tuesday live at 4:05. Normally I have a partner here, but I put him to work finishing some painting. So stay tuned for next week where there's two of us. Thanks for joining. Questions or comments, let us know. And thanks for becoming a member. Take care. Goodbye.